guys, Trek Collector back with another edition. This week I am covering the fantastic 1850 USS Enterprise 1701 Refit by Bandai. Another Bandai, yes, but this is a special dedicated to the author of Mr. Scott's Guide to the Enterprise, because they got in contact with me after my first episode. So I am a happy little bunny. I want to help this person get their kind of Trek collector item that they've missed out on. So guys, I will say it in my piece later on. Anyone that can give comments, if anyone has this piece, just give us a shout. And again, in the future, any of you guys, use the comment pages. If anyone's searching for something that's like very, very expensive on eBay, you know, work together, guys. You know, I know some people just care about their collections. You know, if I was ever to kind of, unfortunately, if something happened to happen, for some unknown reason, if I had to give up my collection, it wouldn't be a matter of price to me. It would be a matter of giving it to the right person that, you know, for years and years, that they're going to cherish a piece from their collection and it's going to be well looked after. Like, this is a fantastic kit. It's not as sturdy as the Voyager, but you know what I mean, it's fantastic. So we'll be getting to that in a little bit. So we've been spoiled recently over the last 2 weeks since the last been on, you know, with Star Trek Beyond hitting the screens. I was lucky enough to go to the Irish premiere, and that was fantastic. I did a kind of a personal log on my channel. Yeah, I got a wee bit drunk. I was meant to give you reviews from people coming out after the premiere, but hey, what can I say? And it was great because I actually met the Irish Trekkie for the first time. So it was great meeting Damien, which was good. As you know, we are actually on our other channel. We are actually doing a kind of a podcast, and it's basically two Irish Star Trek fans talking about Star Trek. Not it's not always going to be about Star Trek. It's going to be mainly Star Trek, but it's called the Nerd Escape. And unfortunately, I couldn't join Sean Hargraves, and I want to say, really sorry, man. I was really looking forward to it, but I had family commitments and I couldn't do it. But Damien did a great interview with you, so I'm not going to spoil it on any of you guys. Sean did the design on the Franklin, the Yorktown, and he did a lot of work in Star Trek Beyond, and Damien did a great job interviewing him. So check that interview out. But on other news as well that came out during the week is Mobulus, always kind of not the greatest at pronouncing things, guys, so, you know, I'll be the first one to admit that one, are coming out with doing some Star Trek models, which to me is great news. You know, I mean, it's kind of news that when a new movie comes around, this is kind of stuff that you really, really, you know, for me anyway, I think they do a great job, and they done Galactica, and you know, you can get the what did Irish Trekkie call it, brain freeze, or you know, you can get photo etch parts for it, but like, I didn't even bother with any photo etch parts on this kit. This is just painted, no lights, and to me, it was the first kit I got off these guys, and I have to say, it was absolutely fantastic. It was a joy to put together. No big issues. And again, like, I didn't really follow a per se of a paint scheme. I just kind of went out and did my own thing. But they also have done the Pegasus. So just for you guys, just any is thinking of getting their kit. As far as I know, they're only doing the Beyond stuff. So hopefully that's going to mean the Franklin, the Enterprise, maybe a Kral, swarm ship. So, but as I said, these are absolutely fantastic kits, well detailed. The cool thing about this launcher kit that they did was that these two are in scale with one another, and their base stands are actually kind of, took a while to paint that in, but yeah. So it's great news as far as I'm concerned for ourselves as Star track fans that, you know what I mean, have a good kit supplier like that, um, to come in and freshen things up. I personally, for one, I'm looking forward to getting their kits. I believe actually the other side of it as well is believe they could be supplying a light kit with those kits. So, you know, that's fantastic in a sense to just kind of get the whole lot together, which is good. So if the lighting kit does become available with it, I'll definitely. But from the photographs, and if you haven't checked it out, check out my Facebook page. I'll leave the link down below. Christy Judge, I put up some photographs of them at San Diego Comic Con where they have actually released images of the JJ Enterprise, and just a couple of discussion with the guys. We do believe it's the Refit Enterprise, which is kind of cool. And it looks really, really good. I have to say, it looks really, really good. So, you know, I can't believe I'm actually talking about. I'd actually go out and build a JJ model. It's something I haven't done before, but hey, as I said, I like all things Trek, and I've changed my mind after seeing Beyond. I think it was actually a very, very good movie. If you haven't seen it, guys, get out there and see it. On the Nerd Escape, I cover it with Irish Trekkie on part 1. So, you know, don't just be careful when you watch. I think we have something fun about the Trek collector versus Irish Trekkie picking our favorite star, uh, our, 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 our crews, for our ship. So, you know, if you want to join in the debate on that, who's picked a better crew, just hit a like beside the Trek collector or Irish Trekkie who has the best crew. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to go on about the Bandai 1A50 Enterprise refit. Now, unfortunately, guys, this ain't cheap. It's cheaper than Voyager. And in my comments on the video as well, this is fragile, guys. If you have young children, you know, for the price, I wouldn't advise getting it unless you can put it somewhere safe and out of reach. It's not as easy to put together because it's that bit smaller. Now, it is in scale with Voyager, but you know, you are going to need patience, and it's one of these things is the more time that you put into it, the more, you know, the more well it's going to look. So like by filing down little bits and pieces and making sure it does fit, it is fairly good for a snap together kit. There's not too much issues with it. But again, as I said, like the more patient you are with something like this and putting it together right, you'll get more benefit out of it. So, you know, don't go gun-ho into this kit and throw it together. If you are going to try and spend the money that you have, as I said in my review in a bit when I get to it, is don't, you know, if you have it in a box, get it out of a box, put it on a shelf and display it because she's beautiful. So this kit was released in April 2003, and this was Bandai's first time getting the license to do Star Trek stuff. And, you know, to me, still, it's a shame that they haven't tried to get this license back or continue or try and even just get a license just to do this production and reissue these ships, because they're absolutely fantastic and they're going on eBay and everywhere for a stupid amount of money. And, you know, they're a pride. They're like, the, you know, I mean, it's top of the line stuff for the scale that they're in. At the moment, if you happen to be living in the United States and you're looking at getting this from Japan, it's going to cost you €286, and that's including free shipping. And then on Amazon, it's $266, and that includes free shipping. It's dear. See from the review what you think of it. Again, on eBay in the United Kingdom, you are looking at £227 sterling for the kit. Again, it's coming from Japan. I would probably make that in around about €250. You know, if any of you guys want in the Republic of Ireland, so it is dear. It's a fairly expensive kit. It is fairly good. It does come with one flaw, and that's the windows on the Arboretum. They are just coloured in blue. There is a way around it if you're anyway good with a Dremel and just take your time in. I kind of mentioned it there just to use a bit of the I can't think of the name of the glue now at the time. It's just used for clear windows. I'm sure I'll find it here somewhere. I know I have loads of it. This stuff here. You can use a little drop of that with a syringe, and then what I used was, just to fill it in at the back, I just put in a bit of blue modeler's tape, just lightly down, and it just gave me that kind of lovely kind of cloudy, skyy effect. To rate this kit, I am going to give it a 4.7. The pearlescent effect on it is absolutely beautiful, and you're actually going to see when I'm filming this and with the spotlight over ahead, you can actually imagine how much trouble these guys had filming this model with, the proper pearlescent on such a large studio model, because the light bounces off this and just the way it reflects. And she's just a beautiful, beautiful ship. But as I said, guys, I know it's the 50th anniversary of Star Trek, and I'd say most of us out there now, if you're anywhere like me, I'm heading over to Birmingham in October, and I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to that. Star Trek destination. I booked my tickets there last week as well. So my collecting is going to be at a minimum at the moment. It's kind of like hunting through eBay and stuff, looking for the best prices that I can find at the moment, and then also passing them on to you if I can. But I'll still keep my reviews coming. I've lots of bits and pieces. I'm going to show you as well in my video coming up as well, just what I did with one of the Eagle Moss's plaques, the flying plaque, as I was saying in one of my previous channels or my previous videos about what I was doing with the fine plaque as a display base, just something different that I haven't seen anyone else done so far. So I picked up a shelf in a local building providers for next to nothing. It was on sale, and that's kind of hollowed out, so that'll give me room to put wiring through and stuff like that, and a support pole for the model itself. And you know what I mean, it was fairly cheap to make it, and just gluing the plaque on, so you'll see that in the upcoming video. But guys, I want to thank everyone for the support, and it's been great. And again, to the guys from Trek Yards, thanks very much. And to everybody, the Facebook page is coming on great. Chris T. Judge, you'll see me in my Star Trek uniform. I have a cutout of the Enterprise D behind me, but I'm trying to pass on as much kind of Trek, and it's a devoted Star Trek page, so you know what I mean. More so with collecting stuff, you know what I mean. That's what I'm going to try and keep posting up there on news of anything that's coming out. As I said, as I just did at the start of the video, anything that I do hear about and so forth. As I said, trying to keep spending something. I brought my daughter. She was home. She was with me for her summer holidays from Sweden, and I brought her to a teddy factory in Dublin, and lo and behold, look who I found. And I'm an idiot. All things Trek. I seen these on when they first came out. I laughed, and what can I say? I've got my Mr. Spock bear. He's cool though. I couldn't resist. Look at that cute little face. I don't know why he's smiling though, but hey, it's illogical. What can you do? So I'm gonna go on now with my review. And guys, thanks again for the support. And as I said, check out myself and Irish Trekkie on the Nerd Escape. And guys, I hope you enjoy my review on the Bandai 1850 NCC 1701. The bits on Mr. Scott's guide to the Enterprise and Defianting. And look guys, I'm not going to try and drive this video too long for you. Take it easy and just enjoy the review. Take care. Okay guys, so here she is, the beautiful Bandai 1850 Bandai USS Enterprise NCC 1701. Now this kit is again absolutely fantastic. This was their first production of these snap together kits, and The painting is absolutely brilliant. Like, still in my mind, the Bandai have done the best jobs on pre-painted kits. Um, you know, just the whole ease without having to worry about putting any paint together or anything like that. Now, obviously, a few issues of joints and stuff like that. If you're a bit more advanced in modeling, that would not be an issue for you. But if you look at this, just there, you see with that reflection with the light, you can see the way the pearlescent reflects, and that's paying homage to Paul Olsen's design there. You know where he came in with the all this kind of pearlescent. Now, as I said, they probably haven't got every pearlescent color in there, but they have the Aztecan in, and again, the Aztecan is done very, very well. And I'm sure any that are doing this on a 1/350 scale can actually see that, this wasn't splashed together. If you can make out that pattern, hopefully you can now with the light. But as I said, just the way, as I said, if I can muck around with the light there, and kind of, if I'm sure most of you know that by the stage when it came to Star Trek 2, the Rata Khan, unfortunately, this paint all had to be toned down because it just proved such a headache for lighting. And I suppose there's a prime example why, trying to film this model with a bit of a light in the background, and all of a sudden there's such a glare. But to me, I think it's one of the main reasons why I really, really love this ship so much. And it's absolutely fantastic. So, like, if we look at they've got the colors again spot on. Just incredible detail. And again, snap together. As I said, one or two issues with myself. I'm sure if you're more than an advanced modeler now on this one, you'd put it together no problem, and you'd kind of iron out all these little bits and pieces. But I don't care about those bits because this kit is absolutely fantastic. Now, in saying that, this would be a little bit more trickier than the Bandai Voyager I showed you. This is a lot more fragile. This is a very delicate little kit. So, caution. A lot of caution with this kit. Definitely display, top shelf. Do not let any kids near it. It's really, really fragile. But it is definitely, if you were lucky enough to get it at the time of its release and pay in the States, I know it was $50. It was truly worth it. And I hope a lot of you have kept these nice and safe. Fine bit of detail in there. Going to this side. Like, it's just, again, to me, I really wish Bandai would get these licenses back. I wish Paramount would give them the licenses, whatever it is. I just think this is such a high quality fan reproduction that you can get. And it's just pure craziness, the price of these kits on eBay now at the moment, which is really, really sad. But, like, just pure stunning. They have all the colours. Now, unfortunately, I have a little bit of damage done to my stand there. You can see that, but I'll get you to the other side there. The only one thing I would say, I'm not too sure now. As I said, the one that's eluded me from this series is the A. But the only one disadvantage is the windows here. Now, I'll get in close and see how well I did drilling them out. Yeah, not too good. They were just blue on the gardens of the Enterprise, and even the way it picks up a bit of it, kind of a bit of an orange light, and that deflector's kind of nice. Now I will be lowering down the light so you can see better. So funny, I did a much better job on that side. Always the way, isn't it? But like if you go into even, there we go. Look at that docking port. And again, as you'll see in a few minutes, probably won't do as much talking now with the lights off, because there's no need. You just really just need to just appreciate this kit when it's lit up. And I have to say, like, the impulse grills at the back, it's just like, it is fantastic. Like, it's amazing with these when they kind of look and I take photographs for the Facebook page. You know, you can get some amazing, amazing shots. It's a good kit. If you were lucky enough to get one of these at the start when they first came out, you bought good, guys. You bought good. I, on the other hand, wasn't as lucky to get this when it first came out, but I just had to spend some time waiting and waiting and waiting for the right time to try and buy it at a reasonable price. Now, again, like, I go through the prices later on this kit. This kit ain't cheap, unfortunately. It's just one of those that you're just going to have to sit back and kind of hope that you can get on eBay, or, well, you're not going to get it on Amazon cheap, but just check, you know what I mean? Just check any of your local model suppliers, or, you know, and check old stock. You know, it's kind of going to be very, very hard, but it's one to maybe look out for on eBay. The camera's kind of having difficulties on this model. As you can see now, again, just out of funniness, we can see the whole essence with the pearl essence, how tricky it is with the light. But if you can just kind of see that fantastic glow, it's truly, it's a beautiful, well designed chip. This is fairly finicky to put together, guys. A lot of patience. If you do happen to purchase one of these kits, or again, you happen to have one of these kits sitting in a box, how dare you? Get it out of the box and make it, or get a mate that can make models, and get it together and get it onto a shelf, safe and out of reach of children. But as I said, this is a delicate kit. Treat it with care, but it is absolutely fantastic. She is absolutely beautiful. Pride of my collection. Voyager's more sturdier, but of course Voyager is kind of like a more solid ship. And again, this was like Bandai's first go at doing these kits. Snap together is there's no real issue. It's just more with the wiring to go inside it, and just kind of get those pieces together. You know, it can be a little bit frustrating because of the size of the kit. On the other hand, the one great thing about this is the fact that it is in scale with the USS Voyager, which is amazing. You know, I mean, it's nice. It's a nice display piece. It's nice to have ships in a scale of this high quality. And, you know, it's, if we get into it, try and bring the light around a bit more here for you guys. But again, you can see the kind of reflective, the pearlescence of even the blue, the duck egg blue. First time we kind of see it. It's just, it's so well done. Even looking at it through there now, like the detail that's gone into this. I'm gonna try and get my model light. pinstriping's done so well. The delta so clear. And yes, this deflector is actually clear. This is one of the reasons why I like this one. But she is absolutely stunning. A beautiful, beautiful piece. And as I said, now unfortunately for me, as I said, this kit is delicate and I just had a small wee issue there. And again, the great thing about this kit is, even though that's damaged there, if I didn't want to light this kit up, if I wanted to hang it somewhere, I have actually a full replacement there for that part of the kit, which is great. It's just truly beautiful. Wee bit of dust showing up there. She is just an absolute fantastic kit. Now, whether you guys want to go out and spend the money that you're looking at the moment, I don't know. It is not as dear as Voyager, but she still is dear. She's about 13 inches long. As I said, snapped together, pre-painted. But if I can get in on the shuttle bay, and even if you look underneath here as well, you know what I mean, it is truly, truly beautiful. So if you hang on 2 seconds, I am going to turn off the lights and put the lights on. Now guys, here she is. And one of the reasons why I like this kit is she actually has the gold deflector of this, which is absolutely fantastic, which is what I kind of wanted with my kits, because most kits tend to feature her, this beautiful lady with her deflector dish in blue. So this is kind of like her, just that low impulse starting up, which is amazing. Now, this is the one part of the kit that I was giving out on, was the Arboretum just here. So what I did was I got a Dremel and I just drilled in, as you've seen, I did a great job on this side. And basically all I did was I used blue modeler's masking tape. I used some clear glue for the windows and put that through. And then, as I said, I just put a light little bit of modeler's tape on the inside. And that kind of effect has worked out really, really, just kind of gives that kind of that kind of sky-like pattern that you do tend to see in the ship on screen. To me, it worked out very well, and that was a nice little tip picked up from by the Trek modeler. So thank you very much for that lovely tip. But as you can see, it's all the lights are exactly what you want on this. It's really, really nice. She is fantastic lit, and she's a joy to the collection. Again, cause it's a Bandai, as I keep saying, this is one of my favorites. Light bleeding, again, no real issues. If there is any, it's because of my poor modeling skills. It's not down to the designer of the kits. You know, you can kind of see something here. I guarantee you now, as I said, this kit is very, very fragile. I'll be able to pop that back in, no problem. But I'm just going to turn her around and get you to have a look at the back of the warp nacelles and the impulse. And even got one that's the shuttle bay. But she is a pure beauty. Again, that's just my poor modeling skills. If I was to kind of file that down a little bit more and maybe put it together better, that light leak won't come through there. But she is just a pure beauty. And again, you know, I'm looking forward to actually taking the photographs and putting them up on my Facebook page, because they're going to be absolutely fantastic. I know straight away, I was actually amazed when I was doing the photographs of the Diamond Select, All Good Things Enterprise D, how well the there was one fantastic shot, rear section with the three nacelles, which turned out really well. So kind of doing these things for you now is kind of giving me a little bit of joy as well. Kind of look back and saying, geez, that's a great looking photograph. So she is absolutely beautiful. Torpedo tubes don't really light up, but I suppose she's just coming out of dry dock. You know, there's no need for her to put on her photon torpedo tubes. But she's absolutely stunning. And like the deflector crystal and all at the top there. Oh, beautiful. I kind of loved that from the movie, seeing that kind of that little added feature that just came on. The whole redesign process was absolutely fantastic, and it was great that Gene Roddenberry kept on Matt Jeffrey's initial original redesign, you know, and got Andrew Probert to, you know, redo his work, because I'm not too sure he didn't finish it off. I know Andrew Probert finished off the design, but I think he might have had something else. But you know, I think in one sense it's kind of great to come back. I think especially for, you know, to do the Enterprise, the original on-screen Enterprise, and have a go at, you know, modifying your design. I don't think you'd mind too much for another designer to come in and kind of finish off your work, you know, with the initial bits and pieces that you had done for phase two. But you know, this is absolutely, she's beautiful. So guys, that is her. Absolutely stunning. Jumping into warp. And guys, just while I am on the subject, I said I would do make this a little bit of a special. So I want to do this to the author, who gave me a lovely contact on Facebook to this wonderful book. It's Mr. Scott's Guide to the Enterprise. And if any is are doing your 1350 refits, and you want something nice to add to your collection, and you haven't seen this, this is absolutely fantastic. And you can pick this up for a song nowadays. You know, everything's kind of gone computerized and everything's kind of downloading. But like, this to me now was one of the first, when I picked this up, like, this was a childhood. This is actually the only one book I have that's literally near in perfect condition. I've had this book years, and it was kind of the first when I started seeing these illustrations, all about the ship, and then going, so you know what I mean. Okay, we had seen these displays on the bridge, but when you start going into, you know, starting to know what everything was on the ship, you know what I mean, the decking plan, where everything was, kind of, to me, brought the ship more to life. And I really think, and these are the first kind of conceptual art that you'd kind of see from a movie on this production level, like, you know, where the design stages went. The insignias, uniform colors, duty uniforms. Like, this is just such a beautiful, beautiful book, and it is such a great piece to go with either your Bandai 1/850 scale NCC 1701, your refit, or your 1350 refit model, the big project, as I'm sure we're all trying to get done. But just some fantastic ones done by people, and Trek Works. There's so many, just, yeah, Trek Works. He's done so many good jobs, and as I said, if you are going to build one of these 1350, get onto his webpage. He's on YouTube. He'll give you great tips. But as I said, this is dedicated to this fantastic author, and I'm just delighted that they got in contact with me on Facebook and liked my first episode of the Trek Collector. So thank you very much. You made a Trekkie really, really happy. As I said, this is one cherished book of mine, and the offer of having this autographed by yourself is amazing. But I think what I'm going to do is I might be cheeky and get you to autograph it, but I might actually buy one from the States and get you to just ship it over to me. I'll sort you out for a few bob on that. But I just think I don't know, it's just one of these funny things to me. It's just such a great childhood memory for me, just seeing all these layouts, and you know, it's such a fantastic book, and it's just such a great idea. I know we have the technical manual for the Enterprise D as well, but like this one is just truly, there's great information in here, guys. You know, it's fantastic. This really, you know, I had to root this out. Well, I didn't actually have to root it out too far, to be honest with you. And I do have to laugh. I got the encyclopedia probably 10 years. Would I be lying in saying that? Probably 6 or 7 years afterwards. And my encyclopedia is signed by Gates McFadden, and it is bashed. You know, the corners are kind of gone on it, but this is kind of kept in great nick. Now, what I would like, if any is are kind enough out there, if any is happen to have a Diamond Select Star Trek Motion Pictures phaser that you have two of, that it's just gathering dust, if you want to sell it, please can you give us a shout, because the author of this book would really love one. She wasn't feeling well at the time when that version was released. So, you know, guys, just give us a shout if you do happen to have one. You know, give something back. I've been looking and to no avail. You know, I mean, Diamond Select Star Trek the Motion Picture phaser. Please, guys, if you have one, give us a shout. Get in contact with me. You know, if you're looking for a reasonable price for it, give us a shout. You know, because for someone that brought, and I know a lot of people out there, all have this book. It's probably, I think, one of the most quoted books I've ever, in a Star Trek argument about the Refit and the Enterprise A. The amount of times we've quoted this book. So, you know, if you do have a Diamond Select Motion Picture phaser, please message us on Chris T. Judge on Facebook, or even give us a comment on below in the comment section that you want to get in contact with. I'll message you, and you know, get this fantastic person a collectible that they're hunting for, which would be great. So, guys, thank you. Now, guys, I was talking to you a week or two ago about the plaques from Eagle Moss and another great purpose that they do have. And this is kind of something I just kind of threw together kind of quickly from an old Defiant model that I had that, you know, I destroyed as a kid, but I decided to strip her down and give her another go. And unfortunately, the project has been paused through my own laziness, but simply, as you can see, it's just a little square bookshelf. I'm going to get the rod in there. I'm probably going to have to fill and secure where I'm going to put the lighting rod in. It'll be easy enough because it's hollow enough to get my leads through. But basically just got a bit of wood, glue gun, spray paint, nice bit of silver, put it on a little bit of a edge there. I have this raised area here that I'm going to put a bit of an LCD strip here just to light it. And initially the plan will be then to have the Defiant just sit on top, which I think is kind of a cool way to kind of the display. I'll just one or two more touch-ups. She's now, as I said, unfortunately for me, this was a kit that I destroyed as a youngster, putting it together, and I went mad with the blues and so forth. Now, unfortunately, I tried to touch up some greys, and the greys didn't work out too well, so I'm gonna have to re-go over them. I lost a lot of unfortunately, I lost a lot of paneling and detail and so forth, so I had to kind of etch all that back in, which is no harm. It's something that I never properly kind of done before. Kind of had to kind of kind of put these details back in myself, which is fun and different, you know. But as I said, this is not going to be with blinky blinkies. This is just going to be, you know, kind of lights on, and just initially hope to kind of, I'll have her at some pose on this, and I'll have the plaque in front, which I think is going to look fairly cool when it's done. As I said, I'm not going to go into modeling and stuff like that. There's enough, you know what I mean. The Trek modeler out there, he's a cool guy, or Trek Works, I should say. Trek modeler is the guy that has supplied my lighting kit for my Refit Enterprise, and it's Trek Works. Yeah, if you need any modeling types, any information and stuff like that, go to him. His name's Lloyd, as far as I can remember. But what a cool guy, and he gives you great little bits of tips and pieces and so forth like that, especially the light block. And you know what I mean, if you were to try and do your lighting and stuff like that, and soldering tips, which, you know, was never kind of a big strong point of mine, but, you know, follow his little bits and pieces and guides, and you know what I mean, I'm kind of happy enough the way that that's turned out, considering the way it was the first time. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go over a few bits of these. I kind of went for the more, because unfortunately where I am, it's very hard to kind of get the paints, you know, that you kind of really want, and then unfortunately you can't really get liquids sent by post, which is another dilemma internationally. And I'm not the strongest on mixing paints. I'm sure it's an easy enough thing to do, but you know, I kind of was looking at different paint schemes for this ship, and I kind of looked at the more kind of Star Trek First Contact. They kind of darkened her down, so I kind of went for that paint scheme. But as I said, I shall not be talking about models, but just that was one idea that I came up with the Eagle Moss's plaques. So if any of you guys are out there doing models and so forth like that, and you're trying to think of these kind of ways, like, don't get me wrong, if you want to splash out and get it's like I'm still at crossroads what I'm gonna do with my 1350 Refit Enterprise. Will I splash the cash on getting a fantastic the LED display with the shields going up? It could be well worth it. But hey, that's just a little tip. It was easy to do. Just glue it down. The plaques glue in easy. There's a good bit of weight in the plaques as well. And I think with the LED strip up there, it looks really nice. Good job by Eagle Moss. Fantastic. Like, I like these, I have to say. I think it's great. They're a nice piece for the collector. So there you go. I promise I'd show you that one, guys. So I hope you like. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. And as I said, I'm gonna have a think. I'm not gonna let anything away for what I'll do next. Will it be a ship? Will it be a prop? Will it be a uniform? I might, because I know, as I said, there's so much Star Trek conventions coming on this year, so maybe I might do a uniform review. We'll see. That could be a good one, actually. I picked up a very good Star Trek, the Wrath of Khan style uniform onwards for a very good price. So I might, you know, review that one for you guys. That could be interesting. Otherwise than that, guys, thanks for watching. Like, share, please subscribe to the channel, and check out myself, an Irish Trekkie, on the Nerd Escape, and I'll leave the link below. Until the next time, guys, live long and prosper, and keep on trekking. Take care.